what seemed to be the longest winter of my life, spring has finally arrived, bringing back the sun, flowers, and bird songs that I desperately needed. To reflect this favorite season of mine, today I'll showcase a hand-picked collection of Skyrim mods that remind me of spring one way or another. The goal is to have the game feel the same as this season, to make it have the feelings of renewal, optimism, and hope. Let us begin! As we're here in Whiterun, you might have already been admiring these beautiful cherry blossom trees that decorate the city. They are not only growing here in Whiterun, but also the whole of the Rift Hold is now blooming with these beautiful pink trees. Cherry blossom trees are definitely the first thing that comes to mind when I think about spring, so what's more fitting than to have them in Skyrim as well? To get these trees in your game, you'll want to first install Skyrim 3D Trees and Plants, which is a fantastic tree overhaul on its own, and then override it with a mod called 3D Cherry Blossom Trees. This mod is a simple retexture to the 3D tree mod's Rift Aspens, so everywhere there are aspens, there are now cherry blossoms. And so, if you want them in Whiterun, install the mod Whiterun Aspen Trees on top of it all, and ta-da! Now we're here! In addition to the trees, 3D Cherry Blossom Trees mod also offers cherry blossom petals on the ground for 2 different grass mods that really just seal the deal and make the Rift landscape look like the perfect spring haven. Even the falling leaves are now petals, and I'm sure you agree with me that there's nothing better than having a picnic here under the lovely sakura trees. In the same vein, we have falling Gildergreen petals. This mod gives the sacred tree the subtle effect of it softly falling out its petals and results in sitting underneath it feeling more magical and impactful after you have helped to restore it back to its former glory. And oh, if you want this incredible Gildergreen tree mod as well, it's from Ancient Trees of Skyrim. We'll check out more vernal nature and environmental mods later, but before those and the upcoming spring activities mods, we need a small friend to accompany us on these exciting adventures, and Simple Little Buddies is the greatest mod for that purpose. And definitely the cutest. This mod adds 2 custom voiced followers into the game, a Riverwood Thicken called Lady Featherington and a fungal familiar called Poyo. These little fellas are not suited for any aggressive actions, so don't expect them to fight by your side. Instead, they'll keep you company and carry your stuff. You can find the delightful Lady Featherington in Riverwood enjoying her day, and Poyo the mushroom lives at Anice's cabin. Now that we have our sweet friend with us, we can take a look at a couple of mods that bring us to some spring activities. Adventurous Sketchbook is a mod for us who want to let their artistic side shine through and are inspired by the changing seasons. To acquire this sketchbook, first you have to travel to the Guardian Stones by the Lake Ilinalta, where you can find it leaning against the Mage Stone. The previous owner of the book had already sketched locations in the book, and by visiting them, you can finish up the sketches by opening the sketchbook at the marked areas. When you discover the locations and finish the drawings, you'll get the Lay of the Land passive, buffing slightly your movement speed, and you can unlock more of it by completing even more sketches. This mod makes it even more rewarding to explore the land, and I think it adds a bit more mindfulness to the game. The next mod could have also been showcased in the Halloween special, but I feel like this small quest mod also has the immaculately magical spring vibes, so we are doing it now. Baba Yaga and the Labyrinth is a quest adventure where you must discover the mysteries of the walking hut, survive through a spooky soul-cairn maze, and encounter a witch. The quest begins in Riften at the Bee and Barb, where Kirava hands us a bounty letter. There has been sightings of a walking hut by the lake Gear, and naturally we want to go investigate this strangeness. And what do you know, there it actually is, in all of its wooden glory. When you enter it, you'll notice that it's a witch's home, but there's no one home. After brewing a potion, you'll be able to teleport into this creepy maze world, where you must find Agnes the witch and help her escape this tormented world. I will say, this portion of the quest is creepy as heck, so beware. After you've helped Agnes, she'll reward you with this incredible witch outfit and give you another quest for retrieving her lost tarot cards from the Labyrinth. With the cards, you can summon her and her walking hut and also recruit her as a follower. As we were on the topic of outfits, I think we really need some suitable clothing for any and all springtime recreation. As it happens, Springtime Outfit Splendor is a brand new mod and absolutely perfect for this purpose. As the gentle breezes of first seed usher in the bloom of Skyrim's flora, it's time to adorn yourself in the finest springtime attire. That's what the mod description so gallantly declares, and I'm in complete agreement. Inspired by Final Fantasy, this mod adds 4 pieces of new clothing into the game: the springtime dress, springtime shirt, springtime sandals, and springtime hat, all in fantastic 5-color variants. I will now mention that the hat works even with the Khajiit ears, as it has designated holes for that purpose. These splendid outfits can be crafted at the forge, or as always, acquired by traditional methods of console commands or add item menu. Finally, some proper country romance vibes in Skyrim. If you're not a fan of the springtime hat, but want something decorating your beautiful head anyways, there's a great alternative available. Ophelia Accessories adds beautiful and ornate flower crowns and hair decorations into the game. There are numerous different and beautiful styles with all kinds of flowers, and even butterflies and berries that can now decorate your head. They can be crafted at the smithy and look good for any occasion, whether you're going dragon slaying or just enjoying the first rays of the second seed sun. To finish up this spring outfit, I have the final addition for the look: Decoration Basket. This is a mod that adds many decoration baskets and wreaths in different themes. Some of them you can use to decorate your home with, and some of them you can strap up on your belt to add some flavor to your outfit. I can't believe how cute these little Shiba plushies are, or this bunny, and all these flowers and other ingredients also look incredibly pretty in these baskets. These adorable pieces can be found in Ivarstead, or you can just edit them by console or add item menu. As I promised, we'll look at some more mods to make the nature reflect the feeling of the spring season. Flower Fields is an amazing mod for this purpose, adding actual flower fields all around the non-snowy areas of the province without interfering with any grass or landscape mods. You can find tulips and poppies around Whiterun Tundra, daffodils at Rorikstead, daisies and lilies of the valley in Falkreath forests, and bluebells in Riverwood and other locations, and so on. Skyrim's nature seems to really come alive with this glory and splendor of these beautiful flowers, and makes it feel like spring, no question about it. If you're the romantic type, you might appreciate this flower mod as well: Hanging Moss to Climbing Roses. This mod replaces all the hanging moss in the game with exquisite climbing roses instead, adding on to the dreamy springtide atmosphere. These roses are modeled and textured after photos of real roses, and they can be found in 3 different colors of red, white, and pink. For those who don't want to replace all the moss in Skyrim, in the optional files, you can choose that it changes into roses only in Solitude and Markarth. Other than the colorful blooming flowers, spring also brings out the most beautiful of insects, butterflies. Lepidoptera, more butterflies and moths, is a mod that adds 5 new butterfly species and 3 moth species into the game, increasing the variety by a mile of these small flying critters in Skyrim. Now, I am not an expert on any animals or insects, but these butterflies look very realistic and fit right into the game, and you can catch them to get all the alchemy ingredients. But rather we'd not hurt them, if possible. To sprinkle in a bit of butterfly magic, we'll also add Pulleys Butterfly into the list. Inspired by Bayonetta, this power protects you from dangers by summoning a horde of butterflies that absorb any incoming damage. After protecting and healing you, they'll gracefully disappear one by one. At the same time, this mod is useful for a mage character, for example, but I would imagine it would also help to take some pretty screenshots. Before we take a look at a cabin that is perfect to live in this time of the year, I'd like to showcase Murder of Songbirds. This is an audio mod powered by Sound Record Distributor that adds a variety of bird songs and sounds throughout Skyrim's diverse regions. You can hear hawks, woodpeckers, owls, seagulls, crows, bluebirds, and sparrows, among many other sounds, making the environment come alive after the long winter. Now, let's take a look at a player home that feels like it's designed for springtime living. This is Sindora's hidden hearth. This home is small and fantasy-inspired, nestled into a huge and ancient tree trunk with a big yard and a garden. It's located right next to the Cradle Crush Rock, and to get the keys, you first need to bear the reasonable expense of 2,000 gold. Before we go in, let's take a proper look at the yard, as it is quite detailed. When you first walk in, you'll notice these huge trees, and if you have the previously mentioned falling Gildergreen Petals mod, these trees will also shed some of their beautiful pink petals. Right on the left side, there is the most perfect outdoors bathing nook I have ever seen. It has the functionality of removing your clothes and filling in and emptying the hot tub with steam and sound effects, and sitting here feels so relaxing, even through the screen. Right next to this hot tub building, there is a fire pit with wooden stools for 5 people, so you and your family and friends can enjoy the spring evenings together here. Behind the fire pit is the greenhouse, and in addition to the soil boxes, there is an alchemy workbench. And you might notice the beautiful roses here that appear if you have the Hanging Moss to Climbing Roses mod. Right on the corner of the yard, there is also a small plant for farming vegetables and wheat as well. On the other side of the yard, there is a stable for your horse, and right next to it, the woodcutting area. Here you can also find the forge, tanning rack, and whatever you need for your armor and weapon crafting needs. There's also some free supplies on the shelf if you happen to need anything. I will also mention, next to the stairwell to the home, there is a beautiful decorative fountain, but I'm sure you're dying to see the interior, so let's waste no more time. The first impression of this home is that it is extremely cozy and homely, filled with amazing details everywhere you lay your eyes on. There are shrines, paintings, a fireplace, and a rack for hanging your outdoor clothes and shoes. Further in, there is the kitchen, complete with everything you need for eating, cooking, and baking, and also containers for your ingredients. Under the staircase, there is a trap door into the breathtaking basement, which is utilized as the armory and trophy room for all your valuable items you have collected during your travels. Now, let's go upstairs. Here on the platform, we have the beautiful study space with alchemy and enchanting tables, and some more display storage for unique items you might have collected. The corridor on the left takes us to the small and cozy main bedroom, and the right corridor to the secondary bedroom, where is also the door to the balcony. And look at this! There is a meat bar! Now, I think I'll probably rather sleep here than the main bedroom. Alright, what do you think? Cause I'm pretty sure this player home is in top 5, if not top 3 of my favorite player homes of all time, so I definitely recommend checking it out if you're looking for a cottage to spend your sunny spring days in. This video was co-produced by Kira, Ryan Ulrich, Sphinx, Dodepunker, Jacob, and the Panicked Monk, as well as my all other Patreon supporters whom I appreciate so much. If you want to support the channel and gain access to extra content, check out patreon.com/bardscollegegraduate or consider joining as a channel member. Thank you so much for watching the video. Take care and see ya!